your skin, that shit is popping, girl. Body on 10, damn, you got it, girl. You gotta boss up, getting them checks, living your best, racks up. Keep walking with confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Lexus Exodus. Shout out to my exes. I just play it day by day. Whoa, never hearing what they say. Oh, I just do it my way. All I got is these broken clocks. Hey, boos, hey! It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. Like always, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please comment in the comment section. Please say what's up to me in the chat. Hey, chat, let me know that you're listening. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I hope you had a nice, safe, happy holiday. I enjoyed some time with my family, so it was good. If you have any tips or suggestions, feel free to send those to my Gmail at lexusexoduschannel@gmail.com. Also, when you have a moment, please pause and follow the backup page. It is called LexX. That's LEXEX, and you will find the link in the description below. Also, special shout out to my donors. Y'all showed up and showed out, y'all. Thank you so much. I am so eternally grateful for you guys. Huge shout out to Diane and a white guy from New Jersey with the $100 super chats. Oh my gosh, you guys are so incredible. You are so incredible. I see a white guy from NJ. He always engages every day, always dropping bombs, always dropping gems, and it's always leaving very engaging, very powerful commentary. And the fact that you support the channel and believe in the message so much to contribute in that manner really means a lot to me. Same with Diane. Thank you so much. I feel so special to finally find my tribe, y'all, and to find my community. Y'all know Blackistan is so dysfunctional. For me, I feel like all my life I felt like I was in the twilight zone at times because Blackistan will make you feel like you're the crazy person. So it really feels good to find a community of like-minded, rationally, logically thinking people who really, are smart and that I'm able to connect with and engage with and have such wonderful dialogue with. So I really appreciate you guys for contributing. I am eternally thankful for you. Thank you so much, guys. So before we get started, let's do an Ask Lex letter. This is the segment where listeners write in for advice. So today's email is going to be from SC. This is what we'll call her. So SC writes, "Good day, Lexus. I'm a college-educated 32-year-old Caribbean American woman that is currently studying to take the LSATs for law school. I'm a little bit on the chunky side, but I am currently in the process of losing some of the depression weight off. Since my late 20s, I realized that the Black American man in the community are too much for me to deal with. I've been sexually assaulted, disrespected, and dishonored in most of those relationships with these men. Much like yourself, I became more open-minded on dating, and guess what? I ended up dating a 6-figure Middle Eastern man and have been with him for almost 2 years. We both are working professionals and love each other very much. He loves me so much that he put a ring on it. Congrats, girl! So she says we are currently planning on getting married very soon, but my issue is his mother. His mother believes that he should have married another Middle Eastern woman and that I was not a good choice because of my skin color. I'm sorry, girl. She's constantly saying disparaging things to him about every negative Black stereotype possible. She would also try to emotionally manipulate him by saying that she would die if he went through with the wedding. He is doing everything possible to put a stop to her manipulation tactics and to set boundaries, but it's draining me emotionally because I don't know why she hates me so much. Since I'm an empath, I internalize it at times. I guess my questions are the following. How would you handle this situation? Also, have you experienced racist in-laws? I love your videos and hope to hear from you soon. Love, SC. Okay, SC. So on that note, let me take a sip of water before we dive in. Okay, so y'all be right in with some tough questions, y'all. So first off, SC, thank you so much for your support. Also, congratulations on your accomplishments. It's so crazy because Blackistan and these Thai roaches, according to them, they like you to believe that the divestment community is full of women from my 600-pound life who all are high school dropouts and live in our mother's basement. And it's so crazy because that couldn't be the furthest from the truth. When you look at my following, it's very clear that these niggers are projecting because that's the situation they're in. Because I look at those who reach out to me and women who follow me on IG and who follow all of my social media handles. I'll look at their pages and they are all collectively high earning, very educated, beautiful melanated women. And they are truly the cream of the crop. It's crazy because one of the girls that follows me, she couldn't have been older than 25, and she just posted how she just closed on her home. Another girl has all her titles in her bio. So she got BA, MS, MBA. And a lot of you guys have very high earning, lucrative businesses. And I'm just floored and I'm so impressed because you guys are so accomplished and are such a really wonderful group of impressive women. But when you think about it, it makes sense because, you know, we really are the cream of the crop. So that's why they would discourage us leaving. I mean, we are the talented 10th of the community, so to speak. I remember in school, there was a term for it called brain drain. And that's a term to describe when the most intelligent, most educated, most successful and accomplished people within a community kind of uproot themselves to relocate to greener pastures. So that's what's happening in Blackistan with the divestment movement. So it makes sense that these Tyrones are so triggered and harass us. But in any event, back to your question. So baby girl. So you've asked if I've ever had to deal with racist in-laws. Thankfully, I have not. I haven't. I hit the jackpot. So my in-laws are really the most welcoming, most warm, kind, wonderful people that I've ever met. As a matter of fact, my sister-in-law last year around the GF protest, she actually participated in a Black Lives Matter protest. And I wouldn't even do that BS. Y'all know my stance on this. I ain't doing it. I'm not about to be a social justice warrior, but you know, they're so welcoming and so inclusive that they felt led to do that. But thankfully, anyway, I haven't had to experience any racism within my extended family or my in-laws, I should say. I will say the single me, if I was in your position, I had been through so much with my ex-husband that I didn't tolerate the slightest bullcrap. So, I mean, I remember when I was dating after my first marriage, after leaving it, let a guy try to do like a rain check on a first date with me or something that we had planned the same day. I would block him. I wouldn't even hesitate. I would block them. I also remember one time a guy said jokingly, I had asked him what he was up to, and he like, man, you all up in my business, jokingly, and I never talked to him again. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna show you how far removed I can be from this. I'm not gonna speak to you again. I'm actually gonna ghost you. You know, and I had experienced so much that the old me would have left that situation, honestly, once I found out that his family was racist. So I just want to be honest and transparent with you. But now that I'm older, though, and I'm in my 30s, I do realize that's not ideal and that's not good advice. You know, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It sounds like, based off of your email, that this man really does love you and he honors you and cherishes you. And it sounds like he's a great catch. So I asked my husband as a non-Black male what his thoughts were. And what he said, his advice was to pay attention to the boundaries that your man is establishing. So when his mom is around, is he telling her clearly, okay, well, if you don't like my fiance, you can kick rocks until you learn how to deal with it? Is he prioritizing, you and making sure that you're comfortable when she's around? When she's in your presence and she's being weird and is acting shitty, is he checking her and calling her out? And my husband said straight up, if his mom was like that, he'd establish distance and it would just be, I see you when I see you. He'd check in every so often, but he would definitely love her from a distance. And that's that. And if your fiance is like that and is willing to be very black and white when it comes to his mother and really prioritizes you and your happiness, he loves you and he's a keeper. I think that the only thing that you really have to be honest with yourself about and have to take an honest assessment about is think about how holidays will be and how special occasions will be in the future. And so, I do think that if there's distance, like if you guys live states away, that'll be easier to deal with her nonsense because she'll be far away. But I would still think about, like, what will your wedding day look like? You don't want to be around Debbie Downers and be around a mother-in-law who really doesn't support your union on your wedding day, on your special day. Also, I would think about my future children. So it's like, do you want them to be around an anti-Black, racist grandmother, or will you two be able to keep that at bay so that your kids aren't impacted by her ignorance and her bigotry? And after all that, if you can take an honest assessment and you think your husband will ensure that things will be fine, I would go for it. You don't want to let anyone ruin your happiness and you and your fiance's happiness. And I talk about this a lot. I'm a huge Judglyn Toler fan. And I used to watch a lot of Divorce Court when she was on there. And one thing that she would say that really resonated with me is, so let's say that your married name will be Smith. When you guys do get married, you need to look at your union like this is a Smith country. So we have these boundaries. This is my sanctuary when I walk within this home. My household is my priority. Meaning that you need to protect it at all costs, and don't let any outside influences impact the Smith country. So I think as long as you two are able to do that, you'll be fine. So yeah, as long as you're able to make sure your husband is on the same page, think about your wedding day and how the holidays will be, make sure that your children will be unimpacted. Go for it. And I'm curious to see what the chat thinks and what you guys think in the comment section. How do y'all feel? Have you all ever had experience dealing with racist in-laws or racist family members while dating? And if so, how did you deal with it? Other than that, best wishes, sis. You sound like you are on the precipice of something amazing and establishing an amazing, incredible life. So keep us posted, and I'm sending lots of love and best wishes your way. Okay, so let's get to it. This is another installment of my daily series called the Blackistan Zoo that premieres Monday through Friday at 6:30 ET, where we profile the animals, monsters, and other crazy creatures in Blackistan. Let's go. Okay, so today we are going to talk about your high-value handmaiden. So your high-value handmaiden, her habitat, so she's located in your local corporate offices. You'll find her in your boardrooms. She's also typically employed in the medical field, or she might be within the legal industry. So you'll find her at your local hospital. She might be a nurse or a doctor, or in your local courtroom. Her behavior, the high-value handmaiden is a mammy who's been indoctrinated to work extremely hard. She's a mule, y'all. She's raised to be a mule from birth. So she's a PhD. She's highly educated. She may come from very, very humble beginnings, but was taught since birth to work her butt off, to become extremely successful, and to become these highly respected professionals and have these flourishing careers. So she's taught from birth to be uber successful, to be these high-level businesswoman. She might be a business owner, but she has also been taught to never, ever leave the men in the community behind, even when she easily out-earns him and he is clearly not her equal. So she may be Ivy League educated. She may have multiple degrees. She may make six figures and does extremely well for herself, but she will still date down because although, you and these Tyrones all come from the same place, although Tyrone is a man and that drive and masculinity should be that much stronger in him because he should innately want to conquer and cultivate resources and provide. Somehow Tyrones, they don't have to live up to the same expectations because, we all know it's hard for Tyrone, and the handmaiden is taught to feel sorry for him and to give him a chance solely because he is a man from her community, and she's obligated to be loyal to him and to uplift him, even though he is mediocre, in order to preserve the community. So this tends to be the high value handmaiden's downfall because she'll link herself to these low value men who are unequally yoked. They're uneducated, they're unsuccessful, they're unequal. They're oftentimes involved in criminal activity as well. And having all that dead weight and being linked with a partner who is just taking from her weighs her down and ultimately leads to her downfall. So notable high value handmaidens, we think of Wendy Williams. She is a multi-million-dollar media mogul, really, talk show host who married an unsuccessful Tyrone. We know she was a breadwinner in her relationship. She allowed him to feel important by making him her manager, so making him feel good about himself, like he's actually contributing. And in the end, he drove her to drugs and drinking because he can't keep his peen in his pants, and he's out having side babies and ish with random women. Also, we think of J Blige, another high value handmaiden who married a loser. She made him her manager as well. And in return to thank her for that, he ended up cheating on her. And now that, she's left, he's still sucking her dry, and he's forcing her to pay $30,000 a month in alimony. Also, quickly, Sherry Shepherd, her husband convinced her to get a surrogate for a baby. Once she realized that he wasn't it, she left, and now she's paying both alimony and child support for this loser. We could think of Star Jones and a slew of other high-value handmaidens who, were very successful, very accomplished, and took on relationships with these losers, trying to cape for them and being mammies for them. So anyway, now that we know what the profile is of your high value handmaiden, I want to look at a few of these handmaidens just to illustrate what they look like, their behavior, and to really analyze real life examples of these handmaidens. So I wanted to talk about a woman in Florida. So she made news headlines for becoming the first Black female gas station owner in Florida. Well, recently she's gotten indicted for using the damn gas station to sell drugs for her nigger family members. So let's watch this news clip about this handmaiden, and then we will chat.
Station owner is one of 8 people indicted accused of being a part of an illegal drug organization. Federal court documents show investigators believe the owner, Kimberly Walker, was calling the shots.
News for Jax reporter Zach Lashaway joins us live this morning. Zach, investigators say this started when IRS agents actually found some major red flags when it came to her and another man's finances.
Yeah, very interesting, Jen. Investigators say this man, Neil Walker, is believed to be Kimberly Walker's husband. Now, we first introduced you to Kimberly Walker last year when she became the first Black woman to purchase a BP station in the state of Florida. Federal agents were watching Kimberly and Neil Walker as part of a major drug investigation. Warrants show federal agents were monitoring a home on West 14th Street where they say the drugs were being sold and stored. Agents say they recorded phone calls between Kimberly Walker and a relative talking about bagging synthetic drugs. They say the Walkers moved more than $1 million into multiple bank accounts starting in January of 2018. According to IRS records, neither had a significant source of legitimate income. Investigators say the couple earned substantial amount of money through drug trafficking and laundering their earnings through limited liability companies, financial institutions, real estate investments, and this includes this BP gas station owned by Kimberly Walker. According to the federal complaint, Kimberly Walker last filed taxes in 2017 and reported earnings of $23,167. Neil Walker did not file between 2017 to 2019. According to investigations, in 2017, he earned $2,754 for the entire year while working construction. With help from others, including relatives, investigators say the Walkers and co-defendants deposited $53,000 into two banks within 2 days. Now, as you can see, this BP gas station is open for business this Friday. I walked over there moments ago. I spoke with the attendant. I asked her a few questions, to which she responded with, "I do not know." Again, this BP gas station is open as of right now. Reporting live in Arlington, I'm Zach Lashley, Channel 4, the local station.
All right. Lord Jesus. So do y'all see that mess? Do y'all see that mess? So this woman was the first Black female gas station owner in the entire state of Florida, and her stupid ass is losing it all because she's helping a dusty relative sell drugs. But this is your high value handmaiden. Why do y'all mammies do this? Why? I mean, y'all overcome so much adversity. Y'all grow up poor in the projects. A lot of you guys come up raised in single parent homes. I know because I have. You survive these dangerous circumstances, are able to navigate in these dangerous neighborhoods where all this violence is happening. You overcome all odds, become educated, become extremely successful, all just to turn around and sacrifice it for a dusty. Why do y'all do this? And if you know, like I know being married to an entrepreneur who makes so much more money than I do with all my degrees, entrepreneurship money is oftentimes better than the drug money. It is. Because my husband is killing it. He's killing it. He's closing out jobs that somebody's damn salary on a daily. So what the hell? It's insane. It's insane what the potential is when you own businesses, lucrative businesses. And this big dummy, this big high value handmaiden turned around and sacrificed all of that progress, all of that hard work just to sell drugs for a dusty. All right, I want to look at this other high value handmaiden. Shout out to MO for sharing this story with me a few months back about the mayor of Rochester, New York, who also married a deep boy, and now she is facing the repercussions for her actions for being involved in his illegal activity. So let's watch this and then we will talk through.
Lauren is under the microscope once again, this time for the controversy surrounding her husband's arrest.
Today, Timothy Granison was arraigned on drug and gun charges. We have team coverage for you on this tonight. Christian Garzone is standing by with a statement from the mayor, and Ellie Peters has the latest from court. But first, let's start with Kayla Green, who is live from the district attorney's office. Kayla, the mayor's husband was actually one of 7 people arrested in a drug bust.
Yes, Maureen, that's right. District Attorney Sandra Dorley says this is just the beginning after 7 homes were raided yesterday and 7 arrests were made. But today she's also saying she wants to make it clear. Dorley saying this is not politically motivated.
Timothy Granison was not the original target of this wire investigation.
DA Sandra Dorley says the mid-level narcotics investigation began 7 months ago. And at the time, Timothy Granison wasn't even on the radar.
This was originally an investigation that was led by the Rochester Police Department in Granite. During the course of that wiretap investigation, the evidence led us to Timothy Granison. At that point, in order to preserve the integrity of the wire, I asked that the New York State Police come in.
So far, she says they searched 7 homes and made 7 arrests, one being Granison. They have secured $60,000 worth of powder and crack cocaine, several guns, and $100,000 in cash.
We believe this whole organization was a mid-level drug organization that was infecting the city of Rochester.
Dorley says she believes the mayor is still living at 93 Woodman Park with Granison. She wasn't home when the house was raided, but her daughter was. State Police Major Barry Chase says the daughter was safe the whole time.
We took her father back to the residence, and we let him call her out so we could explain things to her. And then I contacted someone, and a family member showed up and removed her from the residence. So.
Police say they are trying to interview Warren through her lawyers, and Dorley wouldn't comment on whether the mayor could be implicated in the investigation or whether she was heard on the wiretaps. Live in Rochester, Kayla Green, News 8.
Kayla, thank you. Now, Sandra Dorley says one of the 7 homes searched yet.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because this clip is a little bit lengthy. But anyway, what ended up happening is, of course, the mayor ended up getting implicated in these charges, and she got arrested as well. The first Black female mayor of Rochester, New York. So this woman, Lovely Warren, ended up getting busted alongside and arrested alongside with her dusty husband due to the coke and drugs and the guns that they found in her home because she married a drug dealer. This is so embarrassing, y'all. And I don't even know if y'all saw in that clip, there's a sign for her to be reelected with her smiling, cheesing, while authorities are within the home, and the news, the news anchors are videoing her getting investigated for these charges. This doesn't make any sense. And so the person who wrote in, Mo, she also indicated that she's from this area and that her friends back home told her that it was well known in the community that this man that she married was a dope boy, and how he would also openly brag about he got married to this woman just so he could be protected from prosecution and arrest. But obviously this dust buckets plan didn't work. And the mayor was supposed to be running for re-election, but she's totally ruined her political career by reaching down and reaching back to marry a degenerate. Good Lord, I can't, y'all. This is so typical of us, though. And this is the crazy part. I was the same way. But my excuse, though, was that I met my ex when I was in high school. So we were both broke and didn't have nothing. But once I got my degrees, once I established myself professionally, you best believe I was very cutthroat. And this was even before I divested. And, after I had left that relationship, I said, oh, okay, you don't make this much money a year? No, thank you. Oh, you the manager at the local Amazon warehouse, like our sis in my old intro says? No, thank you. Oh, you have no education, no business? No, thank you. I was very selective. And I had no qualms about it. Y'all know I talk openly about how I met my husband online. And I had all that checklist. I had it all front and center on my profile and was clear up front. Like, if you don't meet that criteria, you need not apply. And all these Tyrones would inundate my inbox talking about, oh, that's why you're still single. And oh, you need to chill, stop being so uppity. But I understood the importance of being equally yoked, child. And it took me trial and error to realize that. But I course corrected and understood it. Because this woman didn't, and she's not going to rebound from this. She's not going to run for re-election because she's ruined her life. She's ruined her reputation. And instead of divesting, disengaging, and disassociating herself with Blackistan, like Kamala did, Kamala gets so much flack about who she's married to because she's married to a non-Black person, but she did it right. You're supposed to marry someone who is able to not only bring, what you bring to the table, but ideally is able to top that. But she decided to, dig at the bottom of the barrel and bring this Dusty along with her, and she's ruined her life. So I want to get to our last story, and shout out to DeRosa for sharing this with me. I wanted to talk about high value handmaiden Tabitha Brown, who's gone viral for announcing that she's retiring her husband after working for 15 years. So let's watch this clip and then we will chat.
Hello there. Good morning. Y'all all right? Today is a special day. We moved to Los Angeles in 2004. And when we moved here, we moved with no family, right? No friends. Just me and my husband and Choice. And then we had one friend who moved with us, but it was just us. And we had no jobs when we came. We had about $8,000 that we had saved up. And all we had was my dream of pursuing my acting career and praying to make it big one day, right? And so when I first came, I got here, I worked at Macy's. I got a job within the first month of being here. And Chance had got a job at like a little law firm, like prepaid legal, answering phones and stuff. And then he took the journey of becoming a police officer. I remember the day he came home and said, "Babe, I met these two cool cops today," which was very rare for us coming from the South. Like, we just didn't ever really encounter police officers the way he did, that looked like him and talked like him and was cool. And he was like, "I think I want to join LAPD." And I was like, "Really, babe?" He was like, "Yeah, it's good benefits, salary good. Then, we wouldn't really have to worry about one income being shaky. Like, you would always be able to pursue your dream without having to have like a real steady career outside of acting." And I thought, okay, ain't nothing that my husband can't do. That's how I believe. I believe if you want to do something, honey, try it out. That's the only way we're going to know if we're successful or not. And so I told him, I said, "Okay, babe, if you do this job, if you take on this journey in this career, give me 5 years." Because I still, as much as I supported him and was excited about it for him, the thought of my husband having to wear a bulletproof vest to work every day and putting his life on the line for others was commendable, but still scared me, And so I said, "You know what, give me 5 years, babe. I'm going to blow up. I'm going to get this acting thing. I'm going to blow up, and then I'll take you out of there. I'll retire you from LAPD, and then you can pursue something that you love, a dream that you have, And he said, "Okay, babe, all right, 5 years, all right, I'm going to do it." And so he began that journey of LAPD. And here we are, 15 years later. I missed the 5-year mark, okay? But 15 years later, I have said to him, "Babe, it's time. It's time." And it's a bittersweet moment because it has been an emotional roller coaster for the last 15 years of him being a police officer. As we know, it's been tough as a Black man. And then also being an officer, it has been very tough. And when my husband went on this journey, he really felt like he could make a difference. And I know that he has in his community. I know that he has done his part. But I also know that it's time for him to dream again. It's time for him to think like a child and think, "Ooh, when I grow up, what do I want to be?" And it's something else. It's time for a new journey, a new chance at life, right? And God has blessed us. He has blessed me that I can retire my husband. Not 5 years, but 15. And honey, we're going to take it, okay? So today he is taking all of his things and turning it all in at LAPD. So it's bittersweet. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Oh, but I have been speaking this for quite some time. One day I'm going to retire my husband. And it has happened today. So, yeah, I want to talk to him before he leaves. He's a little emotional, right? He's trying to process it all. It has taken him a year to make this decision. But he has made it. And I'm so proud of him. But I'm so excited for him to do some of the things he's always loved to do, but has never really had the courage to do because of fear of, "No, baby, somebody got to have a steady check coming in this house, right? And now I got a steady one, okay, that can provide for both of us, our entire family." And so my husband loves music. He loves children. He loves basketball. So I want him to dream bigger and figure out whatever his path is, honey. And if it take him 15 years to figure it out, he got time. So anyway, let's talk to him real quick before he leaves. All right, babe. It's about to go down. 15 years. Come to this day.
Mm-hmm.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah. Bittersweet.
How you feeling?
A little conflicted. It's part of my identity. It's been the thing that is taking care of my family. It's been the thing that has gained, much respect within my family when it comes to me. And to be quite honest, I didn't know how much of my identity was involved in it. However, good that I'm able to make it this long and learn something, not have any major incidents, and be in a situation where I can walk away in my right mind and without harm. So I'm thankful for God's blessing, and it was one of my seasons, but looking forward to the next.
Yeah, time to start dreaming again, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh boy. So let's stop there. So Tabitha Brown, sorry if you're not privy to who she is. I just realized I didn't give her background or any additional context. So she's a social media influencer who got very, very famous off of being a vegan cook. So she'll do like all these cooking videos and will do like lifestyle blogging really of her and her family. So she's very, very successful, very well known. She even has a brand of seasoning with McCormick's, I think the seasoning is called, that I saw in Kroger just the other day, the grocery store just the other day. So she's very successful. And she just detailed how she's muled for 15 years just to be able to retire her husband. And this man does not look happy at all about it. And she's talking about it. It's time for her husband to dream like a child. And it's like, Jesus, girl, this is a grown-ass, able-bodied man. I hate this for Black women. I hate it. And we always do this. It's like, why do we got to save the world and cater to everybody? Why? It's not enough that now she's a primary breadwinner. She's in Hollywood. She has all these major brand deals. She's extremely successful, has a very successful YouTube channel, has this huge following. She, like I said, I just saw her brand of seasonings in the grocery store. And she's raising and rearing these children. She's parenting these kids. She's also parenting his children because she's a stepmother as well. She's effing this man at night. Now she got to retire him too. And it's like, come on, y'all. I know we conditioned to be everything to everybody and to mule, but we got to stop this mess. Stop it. Stop being the high value handmaiden. And, she talks about being so Christian and biblical, but it's like the Bible says if a man don't work, he don't eat. He don't eat. Men are meant to work. They're meant to provide for their family. That's normal. And he's an able-bodied man. He's young. So he needs to be out there actively working to protect and provide. And, it's like even now that she's out earning him, he should still always be contributing something. Always. And I've talked about this before, how I've discussed with my therapist about my father, how he was always a provider, but we just aren't very close emotionally. And she said the reason why is a lot of men, their love language is act of service. So they show their love and truly feel like they're illustrating love and that they care for the people in their lives by being able to provide for them financially. And that's just their flex. That's how they illustrate masculinity and how they flex their muscles by showing how much they can offer their family. This is why my husband will be like, oh, we need to upgrade your car because my wife can't be driving in something that's less than this amount of money. You know what I mean? Because they really, really are gratified by being able to take care of their family well. she's taking that away from him, and she's going to pay for this. Anyway, so another high value woman that we talked about, Wendy Williams, she, vocalized her opinion on this, gave Tabitha her words of wisdom because she's been there, done that. So let's watch what Wendy says on the Wendy Williams show.
That I can retire my husband. Nope. I was married to one of those. I make the money and so on and so forth. Go live your dreams, buy a business, stay with me, but go. You see how that turned out. I predict that this marriage is going to be on real rocky ground in a moment. Live your dream. Then they invest in stuff and they lose the money. And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen. Then they invest again. Then he comes home and throws his bag down. And he's like, and she's like, what? And he's like, I can't do this. And this is your fault. You're over here making all your money and stuff. You had me quit my job. And I can't find my live like a child. No, but you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, no, you work. Being a cop was a big part of his identity. He liked it, but she came to him and said that. I clap if you understand what I'm saying.
Lord Jesus. So y'all tell me, where's the lie? Where's the lie? And Wendy Williams, she is a high-value handmaiden who publicly did the same thing. So she made her husband an employee and looked out for him. All this nigger had to do was ride her coattails for the rest of his life. But no, the nigger couldn't have been satisfied with not having to do much and living a lifestyle that most of us can only dream of because she's a multimillionaire. This nigger had to sneak off, trick off on other women on the side. Not only do that, he couldn't even wrap up and use protection, but got this woman pregnant. Now he's raising the side baby with Wendy's money. So she's telling Tabitha, like, sis, learn from my mistakes, please. And again, I've been there, done that. Thank God it was way before I had any money, but I was really naive with my son's dad and really felt like it was my responsibility to ride or die for him and be there for him through thick and thin and to take care of everything. And you know what that got me? That got my stupid ass, getting dropped off in my damn car so he could use my ish to cheat on me with the next bit. And he was doing dumbish, like using my internet that I paid for with my hard-earned money to meet girls online. And again, I was 19, so I was very young, y'all, with no guidance. And thankfully, I didn't have money or much to lose. But I'd be damned if I did that at the old grown age of 33, let alone, being Tabitha's age. So Wendy is trying to talk some sense into her, but we know the high value handmaiden is very, very stubborn, very brain dead. So she's not going to listen at all until there's egg on her face. So here's Tabitha being very headstrong, very stubborn, and clapping back with a response.
Y'all all right? Very good, honey. I was up doing a little work here. That's why I got my pajamas on in my office. And then my phone started going off, like praising people. It was like, girl, you're Wendy Williams. First of all, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you. Okay. And so people sent me a little clip. And I said, oh, my God, the pain this woman must be in. Wendy, the pain you must be in to feel this way. And I'm so sorry. But listen, let me tell you this. 23 years I've been with my husband. Yes. Broke for a very long time together. Struggled for a very long time together. Succeeded for the last couple of years together, right? My husband took a job in agreement with me. He took a job 15 years ago to help support my dream. And I know you may not know what that looks like in a genuine place. right? But this was an agreement that my husband and I had. And I told him 15 years ago, babe, in 5 years, I'll be able to take you out of there so then you can pursue one of your dreams that you love. Right now, I was his dog in the fight, okay? And he believed in me. And we did it together for the last 15 years. I did every year with him at LAPD, and he did every year with me with rejection and no's in this entertainment industry, right? However, God has blessed me. He has allowed me to manifest. I've been praying on this for a very long time, and it has now come to pass. That is the power of God. It's also the power of allowing God to be first in your marriage, okay? And that is how it remains successful. We keep him first. He is first in our marriage. Not money, not business, not success, but God. He's first, okay? So this is my prayer for you. I pray that love finds you, true love. I pray it finds you and it holds you tight. I pray that someone will love you enough to see you when you are not well, to see you when you need true support, to see you when you need compassion, to see you when you need kindness. I pray that somebody loves you enough to sacrifice their life for you. I pray that type of love finds you so that you can understand why. I don't want my husband to put his life on the line anymore, wearing a bulletproof vest if he don't have to, and if that's not his desire. I love him enough that I want him to be safe, and I want him to coach children the way he wants to. My husband has a nonprofit, right? And he wants to be able to build that even more so. And what I do know is a 9 to 5 or a steady job takes away time for creativity, takes away time that you want to pour into your real, true purpose. And if God blesses someone to be able to pull out of that 9 to 5 and pour everything into their purpose, their passion, ooh, my goodness, why would we dishonor God if he blesses us with the ability and the way to be able to do so? Ooh, honey, I'm excited about that. Oh, I pray that somebody finds you, love finds you, that excites you the way I am excited about my husband being able to grow his business, being able to pour into children, continue to coach these kids, do other things he's dreamt about. Oh, honey, I pray this type of excitement and love finds you and anybody else who seems to not understand this. I pray that type of love finds you, sacrifice, compassion, like I really do. I really, really do. Okay? With that being said, I thank all of y'all for messaging me and telling me about it. And I want you, whoever is watching, who understands the type of love, let us all pray for people like Miss Wendy and others who have either been so hurt or never found a genuine love that fills their heart with so much compassion and joy. Let us all pray that they find that and that it finds them. Yes, very good. Now, I want y'all to go on about your business, okay? And have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. God bless you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all. Hello.
Oh,
y'all.
boy. She is such a BME. This ain't it, y'all. This ain't it. She's being very nice nasty with this. When a Bible-beating Black woman says, I'm praying for you, she's being very nice nasty, and she might as well be saying F you. This is a mess, and it's so interesting because they say pride comes before a fall. She's going to get burnt, y'all. She's going to have egg on her face, and it's not going to be pretty. Because we know idle hands are the devil's playthings. So I don't know if you guys recollect, but this guy, her husband, said that his job is his identity. And I believe that. I believe it. When you think about it, masculinity innately, like I always say, is about protecting and providing. What better profession really illustrates that and epitomizes that? Being a police officer, that's the epitome of that. You know, he was protecting people for a living and at the same time also being able to provide for his family by doing that. Now she's asking him to step away from that, and he is going to lose himself. He's going to go through a tough time, and she's going to be lucky if all he does is cheat, because he may very well turn to other darker vices to self-soothe. It might be drugs, it might be alcohol, gambling. We don't know what's going to happen, but I can guarantee you, mark my words, it's going to go downhill from here. So okay, y'all, Black women, we have to snap out of this. We have to. I know it's incredibly hard. I know we were all raised from birth to demonstrate this undying loyalty to these men and to mule for the community. But as one professional woman to another, it is too difficult to earn these credentials, to establish a respectable reputation, just to throw it away for this BS. I remember every step of the way of my grueling journey from where I started to where I'm at. So I talked to you guys vocally about how I was born on Section 8 in the projects. Our house was infested with roaches. I'm telling y'all, it was so gross that sewage would back up in the basement. And our landlord got arrested for being a slumlord and for the project housing that we lived in being in, you know, such a poor state that he ended up getting arrested for that. But I lived in the hood, and I told you guys, you know, I was a child of 2 janitors. We are very highly impoverished. I was a first generation college student. I went back and got my master's, and I remember how difficult it was because I graduated during the housing market crash. And I remember how difficult it was to find a job after, and hearing no's left and right. And I remember that feeling of being overeducated and underemployed, but still looking, still persistently looking, and still muling, you know, trying to figure out a way to navigate that situation. And I remember all the blood, sweat, and tears and all the sleepless nights that went into that and the stressful days. And I remember finally getting a yes and finally getting my foot in the door and making my first 6-figure check in my 20s. And I remember working grueling hours day in and day out to work my way up. And it's like, I'd be damned, y'all, if I'm going to sacrifice all of that time and energy and all that stress for a naker engaging in BS. So whether it be like the mayor or like that woman who owned the BP, why would I sacrifice that for someone engaging in criminal activity? Or even then, why would I sacrifice that just to tell a man, okay, you know, you're going to get to benefit off of all my blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm going to retire you? It should be the other way around. He should have been figuring out a way that he could retire his wife so that she could focus on being the caregiver for their family. And it's cool. Like I said, it's great that she's been so successful and that she's been able to, you know, really establish a brand and a name for herself. But never under any circumstances should she be telling this man, now, you know, you can sit on your ass and I'm going to be the breadwinner for you. I'm going to bring home the bacon while you sit up like a pretty princess and relax your femininity. This is not going to end well. This is just not going to end well. This woman is going to end up with egg on her face, whether that be side baby, cheating like in Wendy's situation, or, you know, whether he just gets too spoiled and they end up divorcing and she ends up paying alimony and really just digging a deep grave for herself by allowing this to happen. So don't do it, Black women. Don't be your high value handmaiden. Don't work all that hard and make all that progress just to end up like this in this situation, y'all. Don't do it. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time. See you guys. Bye.
Fellas, if y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.